there, God Bear. And hi to anybody that might be lurking or watching the YouTube upload of this video. It's Daria, and I am here to do the recap for week 1 of the MDDL. It was a fun kickoff for the season. I had some impressive showings from some of our new coaches and some seasoned coaches demonstrating that they're still here and they're still good. So it should be a lot of fun to kind of go over this. We have had some movement power rankings and some surprising stars of the matches as well. So I was gonna wait and try to give people a little bit more time to kind of funnel in, but the starting student screen was up for like 10 minutes. I think we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. So let's start. The first match we're going to talk about is Talon Queen Bouilla, that's the Photon Vanguards, against Call Me K, that's the coach of the Pokemon Square Pikachus. Start this one up. So obviously we see the leads here right off the bat. We see Trick come in for it. I feel like when it's on fast, it goes fast. We see the Trick come out for it, which blocked the Drapion into Choice Scarf, but it had a Choice Band, which is funny because Bouilla was setting up spikes anyway. So Bouilla got locked setting up spikes. And we see the U-turn out for momentum right into Skarmory gets a pass, then takes Thunder, which does a decent amount of damage. Then we see some Whirlwind action to get some chip off. Instead of a Defog, actually surprised we didn't see Defog come out from the Skarmory there. We do see the Mime go for Dazzling Gleam, try to get some big damage off Latias. Zulius scopes it out, switches into Azumarill and sacks Azumarill, which is kind of a surprising sack because Belladrum Azumarill is like a really solid win con for Zulia's team, and I was a little surprised that Zulia let that go down so early. But then we see sub Melodic, which is actually a cool set. We see it get some good damage off on the Heracross, who takes out the sub and even more chips, and the Heracross is just slowly getting worn down. We're seeing the Toxic Spikes do a great job. Zulia makes a good read going into Gengar, who outspeed, picks off the Heracross. Furret comes in, gets the Frisk to reveal that it is a choice item Gengar, and then tries to trick, but Zulia goes ahead, swaps into Drapion, gets its choice band back, and starts knocking items off. But the Skarmory just kind of walls. Hey Josh, welcome in. The Heracross is dead. We see the Gengar pick off another Pokemon, but the thing is, like, it can revenge all game. The Furret's gonna come in for free as long as it's picking things off the battle. And we see the Suicune pick off Drapion, taking more Toxic Chip. Toxic Spikes are really good here to put things on a timer. The big problem for Zulia here, though, is how to kill this Rotom. Well, the best way to kill this Rotom was your Azumarill, but your Azumarill's dead now. So, like, how are you gonna take out the Rotom? That's like the biggest problem for Zulia at this point. So we see Zulia swapping around trying to find an answer. You know, the Reflect isn't going to protect you from Thunderbolt. That's a special move. Easily takes out the Melodic named L MILF. We see the Choice Scarf Destiny Bond come out, which is amazing. I'm a big fan. Love it. Chris is adamant not to let the Destiny Bond take someone out, though. Does some maneuvering to try and preserve her Pokemon. We do see Calm Mind come out here from Suicune, and then switches out. This Rotom doesn't care about a Thunder. Just it's completely eats it. But now Gengar dies. So we do see the white herb pop there to restore the special attack drop from the Rotom. But that Drain Punch did a lot of damage. Zulia probably could have went into the Summon Chant a lot sooner to take that thing out. Probably would have saved a lot of heartbreak. Surprised that we don't see Bullet Punch come out from the Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan might have been a choice item. Well, no, actually, didn't we see it go Thunder Punch and a Drain Punch? So it couldn't have been a choice item. It just, that Drain Punch just did a ton of damage. Crazy. So that was the week 1 match, or that was their week 1 match. Chris, in her first match ever in a draft league, picking up a 3-0 win. Very, very nice win, Chris. The next game is playing G Finn. That's playing Grayson Josh, the Town Paladin, against myself, Miss Charizard, and the Olivine City Volt Weekend Stew. Spoiler alert. This is actually also Josh's first ever draft. So very important to preface it by saying that. I go ahead and leave with Ariados versus the Metagross, who goes right into Meteor Mash. I go ahead and get my Stealth Rocks up. Meteor Mash does big damage to Bronzong, revealing that it is Choice Band. The Magmortar picks off what was remaining of the Ariados, and then I missed a Draco Meteor, which I'm not sure I missed a Draco Meteor all season, so it's fitting that my first Draco Meteor of this season was missed. Torkoal gets the burn on the Spiritomb, but Spiritomb changes the weather to rain, which is super annoying, by the way. But I do reveal here that I have Choice Scarf Nidoking. Well, I guess it's not revealed because Nidoking naturally outspeeds Gyarados, but it does pick off Gyarados. Here is where it is revealed that it is in fact Choice Scarf Nidoking because of it outspeeding the Gyarados, picking it off with the Ice Beam. I get my weather back up with the Torkoal. Don't have quite enough power with Charizard to take out the Magmortar with Air Slash, and we already saw the Rock move, so I go ahead and switch out. And I let Nidoking do a little bit of work. Picks up another kill, I'm sorry, with Earth Power. That was 3 kills for Nidoking. At this point, I was really hoping Charizard would be able to clean up, because I really want Charizard to be the kill leader this season. But Josh does a great job stalling out my Sun turns, so that is not possible. Charizard only picks up 2 kills here. I have to switch out because I know without Sun I'm not going to be able to kill bulky Nidoqueen, so I go ahead and get my Sun back up and try to go back into Charizard, hoping for an Earth Power. And he actually makes a good read, flicks Sludge Wave, picks off my Charizard, and then I clean up with Mateos. So in Josh's first ever Draft League match, he actually manages to take the current champion, myself, down to my last 2 Pokemon. So Josh, I know you lost. That was a really good showing. That was a really good showing for your first ever Draft League match, and I feel like you tried it yourself. For real. Great job. I don't know if it's me. The music's really loud. I will turn it down. Y'all should have said something sooner. We did 2 whole matches, and the music was super loud, and y'all probably couldn't even hear me talking. If I would have clicked Waterfall instead of Crunch, I might have won, but I was too focused on Latios. Hey, I mean, that's fair, and that happens. Stuff like that happens. Misplays happen. And you didn't do that and you lost. You learned from it. You know? It's okay. The next match we will cover is St. Ridley and the Blackthorn City Buzzwolves in what is her first ever Draft League match against the Natural. That's Mike and the Ohio Ninetales. Mac is a season... did I just call Mike Mac? Mike is a season coach. However, Mike did rank... His entire team was drafted with a randomizer, so drafted it entirely random. So let's see how... so right off the bat, we see Ridley go ahead and get hazards up, where Mike decides to go for the screen. Because, you know, he's got Cress and Blissey, and he's not bulky enough, so let's get some screens up as well. We see the Citrus Berry come out on the Walrus, who is now toxic, but does manage to put the Swampert to sleep. We see the Toxic slowly wearing down the Walrus, and the Ice Beam slowly wearing down the Swampert. He needs more bulk. He needs more bulk. Kill leader? Question marks and exclamation points. I swear if Blissey ends up being the kill leader somehow, I'll quit Draft League forever. Like, that's just an accomplishment that will never be surpassed. The Crobat hardly does any damage to Blissey, so that should reveal that it is either bulky Bat or it is physically bulky Blissey. Blissey does manage Stealth Rocks up. We don't see any Defog come out. Tauros picks up the first kill for the natural. We see the big damage Stealth Rocks. Ladian takes 50% damage from Stealth Rocks, 4 times effective. Gets a little bit of chip off on the Crobat. And Crobat heals up. We see the Ladian start to get those screens back up. And then the Crobat gets paralyzed again. So Mike actually gets both of his screens back up, and now we see Parflinch hack. The Crobat, most likely Infiltrator, ignoring the screens, picking off the Ladian. Houndoom here versus Press behind screens. I mean, I know it's Houndoom and it's got super effective stab, but it's a Cresselia at +1 Spidef behind screens. Not gonna do. But unaware, Clef doesn't care about your boosts, and Ridley decides to start setting up her own wall. Not the Parflinches yet. It's just a battle of the wall, honestly. Like, we have so many bulky Pokemon on both sides, and really just like, I'm just gonna keep setting up. How are you gonna break me? I mean, I know you're gonna do seismic tosses, but I can just keep wishing. What Mike needs is some full paras to go off. But what he decides to do is swap into the Lucario, go for Meteor Mash. I think he's either fishing for crit, trying to get a boost. Lucario does live the stored power, gets some more chip off the table, and does get the boost, but at this point it's too late. Lucario goes down. Mike goes back into Blissey, who, as we're gonna see, even though this thing is so boosted, stored power just isn't going to touch right here. Oh no, Ridley's got to preserve. Here, we'll see it at some point, I promise. Hey Corbin, welcome in. The paralysis is so funny. I'm laughing now, but when this match was happening live, it was like, it was honestly kind of comical. All right, Ridley is fully maxed out on defense and Spidef, right? So you think the stored power should just do huge? Blissey just laughs at it. Blissey just laughs at it. Like, excuse me, who do you think you are? I'm a Blissey. You can't touch me. Get out of here with that non-stab special bullshit. So Ridley's like, all right, fuck this. I gotta switch out into something else. Goes into the Cradley, who gets paralyzed immediately, and the Blissey just continues to throw things around. This Blissey is just tossing everybody around. Crazy toss. The amount of health that this Cradley gets back from Leech Seed is hilarious. Look, it's like 35%. Maybe not 35. It's a lot. It's a lot of health. It's crazy. This Cradley wound up being more of a problem. Like, look, it's just out here tanking hits, getting health back thanks to the Leech Seed. Like, Mike's like, how do I kill this thing? What am I supposed to do? This match was so funny. It's even the confuse rate too. Yeah, we do see confuse rate, which is, it's just annoying, and you don't see it, but like it's really I also loved seeing the confuse rate. Then we see Ridley fishing for the ancient power boost, which is also hilarious. Ancient power doing a 3% to Blissey. Oh my god. Okay, so there we'd see the paralysis. Blissey finally taking out this Cradley. So we're just really going next into the Bat, who immediately took Stealth Rock tips, gets some healing off Bruce, and thanks to its Black Sludge, it's able to keep its health high, gets a Toxic off of Celia. Celia is now on a timer, no longer a big problem for this team, even though it can heal. Toxic's just really nice. Like, Toxic isn't going to help as much as Blissey because after here, but Toxic against Celia is. Ridley finally decides to go into Hellhound, who easily swaps the Ice Beam and picks off the Dark Pulse. We do see Tauros come out, who reveals the White Herb thanks to the Intimidate drop. That was probably for Overheat, which we already saw in another match. We saw 2 matches with Overheat White Herb attack. delayed Blissey, and we see a little bit of pivoting here from Ridley, just to clear out, go back and forth, delayed. We do see Fairy come out, but it's too low of health. Right? I think that was the longest match, 60 turns, which, I mean, I've been as someone who's been in a 200 turn match, isn't that crazy, but it was definitely the longest. So really good start to Ridley's draft league career. That's actually why I have this. Yeah, it was crazy. The next match is all these initials. This is just Jazz and the Rock and Roll Boots versus God Bear and the Chicago Phalanx. These are 2 seasoned coaches here. Yeah, let's just jump right in. So to lead, we see God Bear obviously going into the fake out Ambipom. Ambipom is just an excellent lead, especially when there's Smeargle on the team, because you get to break that stash and just, you know, finish off the Smeargle. But Jazz actually leads with Jirachi. I mean, I know a lot of things are happening quickly here. Getting the Jirachi off the board that quickly was extremely good for God Bear, because Jirachi can be super annoying. We see Trick Room come out from Dusk Noir, which Trick Room's always cool. I actually always get, not always. Recently, in the TBL, I kept getting wrecked by Trick Room. It was really frustrating. But we see it come out here. We see Destiny Bound. I think what Jazz was expecting here was at +3, the Manaphy. Oh, I think Jazz's like train of thought was at +3, there's no way Dusk Noir lives a hit from Manaphy, so I'm just going to click Destiny Bond. And God Bear didn't have like special attack investment, so it didn't pick off the Dusk Noir, and that actually really worked out in God Bear's favor. We see Infernape come out, pick off the Mamoswine. Infernape is just like a terrifying matchup. I'm pretty sure the okay, so there's the Spore. I forgot that the stash wasn't broken. And then we see Shell Smash. Shell Smash is interesting. It does a few things here. Obviously, it's going to hit a little bit harder. And then it's going to be a little bit faster to get spores off. But something's already asleep. Something is already asleep. So what do you need to be faster for? To like put more things to sleep faster? Like you already got one thing asleep. Sleep clauses definitely, you can't put more than one thing asleep. I know those stab extreme speeds are going to hit a little bit harder now. But like at that point, I don't know. Like, I understand why you have Shell Smash on that set. I just don't know why Shell Smash comes out. Either way, really good showing for God Bear in his first match of the season. Jazz, God Bear was projected to be one of the better teams here. Actually came into the season at number 2 in the power rank and chose us at 5. Got that. The next match we will cover is the number 1 ranked coach in the league coming into the season, British Gent and the Darmanchester United squad versus Spega and the Seattle Salacious Sparses. How far into the recap are we? We are doing the last 2 matches. We still have to go over the power rankings, the Pokemon of the week, and match of the week for now. So there's still plenty ahead. But welcome in, Echo. So you might notice looking at Spega's team here, these are all like he's got some good mons on his team, but like the problem with the team, and we'll get more into during the power rank, but the team just requires a lot of setup. And when you're going up against who just has out of the box power and Pokemon, Salamence, Rivor, like it's hard to, but we'll watch and see how this works out. Gent leads with Claydol, and Spega goes right into his Weather Setter, immediately clicks Nasty Plot and just gets huge damage off Claydol. Gent does reveal screen, and so Spega just goes ahead and clicks Nasty Plot. Still outspeeds after the Rapid, finishes off the Claydol. Gent goes into Fat Cat, who gets the fake out off, and then a little bit of damage off Small While. He turns out into the Balloon, who does not like that Shadow Claw from slacking, but he gets all his health back with Strength Sap. Strength Sap is such a broken move. So now we see it is Strength Sap Calm Mind Balloon, which is insane. Okay, it's definitely the noise gate. I had to fix it yesterday. I'm like, I swear to God, I have to change this shit every single stream. It's frustrating. Anyways, Gent finally reveals its Flash Fire and not Intimidate Doggo. Switches in, which was crazy at that point because we were all sure it was Intimidate Arcanine, but it wasn't. U-turn for momentum, but now this thing is in. Okay, I want to pause it right here because this turn right here is crazy. Vega goes into Victory Bell, who is a nightmare in Sun. Gent, like, U-turns into Gardevoir, who traces this thing's Chlorophyll. So now we know that this can't, unless it's Choice Scarf, can't outspeed this Gardevoir. Unless it's Choice Scarf, it can outspeed this Gardevoir. And this Gardevoir has super effective stab. So it just outspeeds and finishes off the Victory Bell. Like, insane. Absolutely crazy. Vega just goes ahead and lets the Victory Bell go down because his Sunsetter's dead. Like, what do I need Victory Bell for now? If I don't have Sun, like, it's pretty much useless. Goes ahead and, wait, hold on. Okay, switches into the Iron Head, then fakes out. Sucker Punch finishes off the Fat Cat. Tries the Sucker Punch here, but the Arcanine actually heals up. And then Bulldozes to finish off the Small While. Vega goes into his Revenge Killer, reveals Giga Impact, who just picks up an easy kill there. Easy kill. I mean, Giga Impact's always going to finish it off here. And then Gent Dragon Dances, and this is the beginning of the end for Spega. This play right here. Oh my God. Can we talk about this play? This was such an amazing play by Gent. So we all know that we see Hitmonlee. He's done such a great job preserving Hitmonlee this whole time. He goes into Hitmonlee. We know it's Unburdened, right? Gent is like, okay, you're gonna click Endure because you want to live this hit, and you're going to have some kind of Pinch Berry, and you're gonna try and reverse sweep me. We're not gonna. Hazelnut cum latte. Yeah, that's Spega. That's Spega for you. Welcome in, Chaz. Gent makes like this tremendously big brain play. He's like, I know you're gonna endure because you want that Pinch Berry. I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm gonna Dragon Dance in your face, and then I'm gonna finish you off. A brilliant play by Gent. Like, honestly, I was so impressed by that raid making that Dragon Dance. It was such a big brain play. And Salamence picking up 3 kills. That was an impressive start to the season for Gent, because Spega is a good coach, an extremely good pilot. I mean, he has a not great team, but he's a great pilot, and Gent had a really convincing win. I mean, it wasn't like a dominating win, but like a 3-0 win with 3 very healthy Mons. Well, 2 healthy Mons and a Mon with Strength Stab. So essentially 3 very healthy Mons. Like, that was a really good showing for Gent for his first game of the season. And then the final game is Grand Aquila and the Goldenrod Glizzy Gobblers. Such a tongue twister. I'm gonna have trouble with that one all season. Versus Sergeant Mech and the Bettendorf Brawlers. Grand Aquila, this is actually Grand's first ever Draft League match as well. We have 4 new coaches this year. And all 4 of them looked really solid. Dari is going to have trouble with some of these team names. Yeah, all of them. All of them. But let's see how this match goes. So right off the bat, we see Venomoth versus Breloom. So a couple things to note with this, right? This Mon is a major win con for Grand Aquila. Like, if this Venomoth gets off a Quiver Dance, it just kind of runs through this team. So Grand Aquila's thinking, well, how do I get off a Quiver Dance against this thing? I need to put something to sleep. Well, he forgets that Breloom is Grass type, and Grass types are immune to Sleep Powder. So Breloom does not fall asleep, and then Breloom just Technician boosted Rock Tombs Venomoth and just destroys it. So right off the bat, Granakila loses a major win con. But then lands a Raw Hypnosis, which kind of changes the tide of this match, because then this Porygon Z is able to come in and just get huge damage off on things. This play right here. Let's talk about this. So Dark Pulse does 47% to Aggron. It's neutral. And Granakila has the audacity, the absolute audacity of this man to click a 4 times resisted Tri-Attack into Aggron. Oh my god. And then just get huge damage off on this Hitmontop. Sergeant Mech decides to click Fake Out here to get some chip, and Bullet Punch to get some more chip. And the Porygon finishes off top. Goes into Mew, who outspeeds, picks off the Porygon Z. And then we see Togekiss come out, take huge damage from Life Orb Thunderbolt. It is outsped, so it can't get the flinch hacks. He pivots into Rampardos, who gets a 10% paralysis, very unfortunate. Now Mew has killed 2 Pokemon. This Mew's just kind of on a tangent. Okay, this right here, let's pause it. Hold on. This right here, this plays crazy too. Alright. We see Ditto come out. Right? You see Ditto, and you automatically assume it's Choice Scarf Ditto. Like, Choice Scarf, maybe on the off chance it's Quick Claw. You see Quick Claw Ditto come out sometimes. Right? So, Sergeant Mech, I guess at this point, decides he doesn't need Mew. So he kind of throws it away to Dark Pulse here. But then we see the Life Orb recoil. It was a speed tie. Granakila wins the speed tie and now has Life Orb Mew. Look at this team. It's got Psychic and Thunderbolt and Dark Pulse. Look at this team. This is not good. This is not good for Sergeant Mech. He goes into Slowking. Huge damage. You're still asleep. Enjoy that 57% damage on your wall. 43% to Aggron. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye, Aggron. Thanks for playing. See you later. He goes into Breloom, and we finally see the Focus Sash. We see some Bullet Seed. We see Bullet Seed finish it off. And now I want to rewind a little bit. Going into Slowking here was actually brilliant, because what happens when he goes into Slowking is we see Mew take Life Orb recoil. He pivots out and gets Regenerator. Yeah, he has to sack Aggron, but then he gets clean into Breloom. It takes more Life Orb chip. It lives thanks to Focus Sash. Takes even more Life Orb chip, and now Bullet Seed is a guaranteed kill. I think. I mean, it's 28% per hit. Without without that extra Life Orb chip, he needs 3 Bullet Seeds to land to take out that Mew. So actually, really well played, considering how frightening of a position he was in to get reverse swept by that Mew. Rapidash does come out and forces out the Breloom. Personally, I probably just sack the Breloom here. Breloom has done its job. You just click Mach Punch, get damage off, and then let it go down to the Rapidash. But he decides to pivot out and preserve, maybe save it for a sack for later. The burn on the Togekiss is actually pretty substantial because it neutralizes the healing from leftovers. He does get the flinch on the Slowking. So he pivots into Bullfish, who does not like the amount of damage it takes from the Air Slash there, but it actually outspeeds. Finishes off the Togekiss. And at this point, the writing's kind of on the wall. Flare Blitz does pop a 10% burn on the Quillfish, which makes this last another turn. This thing's able to pick up another kill, kind of help with differential. But the Breloom's just going to come in, click Mach Punch, clean up. So, I mean, let's look at the health here. 1% Breloom, 17% Slowking. Like, Granakila in his first ever Draft League match looks really, really strong against the 3rd ranked team in the power ranking. So, like, impressive showing. Extremely impressive showing for Granakila. All 4 of the new coaches look really good in their first ever matches. So yeah, that's all the matches for this week. And now, time for the power rankings. Let's take a look. So, holding down the 1 and 2 slots are Darmanchester United, Chicago Phalanx. No movement. They both came in. They did what they're supposed to do. They did what good teams are supposed to do. They came in and they had convincing 3-0 victories. The first place where we see a little bit of movement is we see the Pokemon Square Pikachus actually leapfrog the Bettendorf Brawlers. Now I want to be clear with these rankings. The power ranking committee is myself and Josh. So these are based off the average rankings when you combine our two rankings. So this isn't my personal opinion. It's the combination of my opinion with Josh's opinion. We see the Pokemon Square Pikachus, the Leapfrog, the Bettendorf Brawlers. I think the justification behind this is, yes, the Bettendorf Brawlers came in and won a match, but it was against a new coach, and it was by the skin of his teeth. So I think that's probably why, where the Pokemon Square Pikachus had a little bit more of a convincing win. It was a 3-0 victory for Chris. So I think she deserves the Leapfrog there. Down at number 5, Blackthorn City Buzzwolves actually moving up two spots. And I think that's well deserved, beating a seasoned, experienced coach like Mike and the Ohio Ninetales. Really nice win for the Blackthorn City Buzzwolves in St. Ridley. At number 6 is myself, the Olivine City Volties, with a big jump from number 9. I won my match against Josh, so I think that's probably why I moved up as much as I did. This is so cool. This must be why people like sports. I'm animated. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And at number 7, we actually see Jazz, and the Rockin' Rillaboom's dropped 2 slots. Probably, I mean, it would have to be because she dropped. I mean, I think the first week is usually the easiest time to justify movement. We had our initial rankings, and what happened? We had the first week of matches, and teams either won like they were supposed to, or they lost against teams that they should have beat. And teams that lost or didn't win as convincingly as they maybe should have, were punished. Where teams that impressed or exceeded expectations moved up in the ranking. The best example of this is number 8, Goldenrod Glizzy Gobblers, moving from 12th up to 8th on a loss. I don't think I've ever seen a team move up 4 spots in the power rankings after a loss. But if anybody deserves it, it's Grand Aquila and the Goldenrod Glizzy Gobblers, who were ranked 12th in the power rankings. The team we kind of just bashed the team. We bashed his team straight up. We were like, this team is not good. Grand Aquila is a new coach. We don't have high expectations. And Grand Aquila came out and played a really good match. Looked really strong against a really good coach and a good team. So I think jumping up 4 spots on a loss is completely justified for Grand Aquila. Hey Pearly, welcome in. I'm gonna watch this when the YouTube video drops. I was napping and missed it. No worries. Just make sure you like and leave a comment, please. It would mean a lot to me if you did that. If not, that's cool too, but it would really make me happy. And down at number 9, the Poltaunt Gengars dropped 3 spots. Unfortunate for Zulia and the Poltaunt Gengars. Unfortunately, they just, they had a matchup against a new coach, and they brought some interesting sets, but did have some misplays. So I think that's kind of why we saw. Oh, my YouTube. Hold on. I used to have a YouTube command, but Fuji broke, and now it doesn't exist. So found it in panels. Okay, great. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's why Zulia dropped down to 9. Down at number 10, the Peloton Paladins for Josh. This is just unfortunate for Josh. Josh had, again, I'm not trying to like hype myself up, but I am the current champ of the league. And he is a first-time coach, and he had to play me in his first ever draft league match. It's just like an unfortunate matchup. So he drops 2 spots. We'll see if he can bounce back in week 2 and maybe move up in the standings or the power rankings. At number 11, the Ohio Ninetales, staying where they were before. It's a randomized team that just, he didn't win. So I think this is pretty much self-explanatory. And then the Seattle Salacious Spartans. Let me talk. Thank you for the sub. Hopefully that didn't just dox anybody. Appreciate the YouTube description. Let me talk about Spega's team. His schedule was facing the number 1 team. Hey, the Gaming Professor, welcome in. Schedule facing the number 1 team week 1, and then number 2 in week 2. Very unfortunate. But let me talk about Spega's team. And I want to make this very clear. As a team builder and as a pilot and coach, I have the utmost respect for Spega. Spega is an extremely good pilot, a very creative team builder. And he's backseated me through multiple Nuzlocke situations where I probably would have tilted into oblivion, and he put something in chat that made me calm down and be like, oh, you're right, there's still win cons and I need to settle down. Like, he's good at Pokemon. His team is bad. He's got a bad team. He's got Pokemon that can win games, but they require so much setup. And like when you're going up against like teams that have S and A tier Pokemon that can just be good and threatening out of the box, it's hard to be threatening when you need and you require so much setup. His most threatening Pokemon out of the box is Slacking, and it just loses to Protect. So like it's just, he's gonna have a hard time this season. Like, if he sticks with the C tier thing, which I personally hope he does because I think it's really cool, and it's really fun. But if he decides to make some trades to get out of the C tier, like the exclusively C tier team that he's created, like I would understand that. But like with his team currently constructed as is, it's gonna be an uphill battle for him. That's. But like if anyone can do it, it's him. But for right now, he's gonna have to stay at the bottom of the power rankings until he can prove he can win with this team that he's constructing. I think before we reveal Pokemon of the week, I will talk about the week 2 matchups. I usually have a slide constructed for this, but I forgot. I'm sorry. So we're gonna do it this way. And honestly, this doesn't look terrible. I might just do it this way moving forward. The week 2 matchups are myself versus the Blackthorn City Buzzwolves. That's St. Ridley. Ridley looked really good in her first week match against the Ohio Ninetales, picking up a win. I actually think that's going to be the game of the week. This is the only match in week 2 that's against 2 teams that are undefeated. So I know it's only week 2, but everyone else is a team that won week 1 versus a team that lost week 1. So I think that's going to be the game of the week for week 2. We have the Ohio Ninetales versus the Goldenrod Glizzy Gobblers. Ninetales, actually, both of these teams lost in week 1, so they're both looking for their first win. We have the Chicago Phalanx versus the Seattle Salacious Sparses. So, like Godbear just pointed out, Spega having the misfortune of having his first week matchup against the number 1 ranked team and his second week matchup against the number 2 ranked team. Just gonna be like a really rough start to Spega's season against Godbear in week 2. Then we have Darmanchester United versus the Polton Gengars. That's British Giant versus Zulia. That's gonna be a really tough one for Zulia to win. But I have helped Zulia prep for this matchup, and there are some spicy things afoot. So I think Zulia could pull this off, and we'll see what happens. But Gent is the number 1 ranked team in the league right now for a reason, so we'll see what happens. Then we have the Bettendorf Brawlers. That's William versus the Pallet Town Paladins. That's Josh. That is the Bettendorf Brawlers coming off a tight win against a rookie coach, going up against another rookie coach, hoping to maybe establish that I can win convincingly. Here, let me show you. And Josh, like, hey, I can win matches. I'm good at this Pokemon stuff. Let me demonstrate. So we have two coaches here that are trying to like prove something. And then finally we have the Rock and Rolla Booms. That's Jazz versus Chris and the Pokemon Square Pichus. Jazz is a creative team builder and good pilot, a seasoned coach against a rookie coach, but someone who has demonstrated in their first week that they are a force to be reckoned with. So I also think this will be a good matchup. Like I think we have a few matches to keep an eye on this week, but I am going to go ahead and double down and say that myself versus St. Ridley is the match of the week, the best one to keep an eye on. You have to keep stressing how tight my win was. I'm sorry, William, but it was 18% health remaining. I can win at this Pokemon stuff. Never before have I seen such a bold false statement. You need to have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in yourself, Josh. Come on. All right, and then finally, the Pokemon of the week. There's 2 of them. Breloom and Salamence both picked up 3 kills. The reason we went with Breloom and Salamence, I mean, there were 4 Pokemon this week with 3 kills, but neither of these Pokemon died. And both of them were late game win cons. I said that Breloom probably should have went down to Rapidash, but because he preserved it, it got Pokemon of the Week. So congrats, William. If you would have attacked it, it would have been a sole Pokemon of the Week for Salamence, who just Dragon Dance late game swept in his match. But these two Pokemon both looked really, really strong in their first week matchups. And honestly, these Pokemon are both extremely good just in this format, just in general. Like Breloom and Salamence in a BDSP OU format. Extremely strong. Extremely strong. I mean, Salamence is banned from UU, and Breloom is Breloom. Breloom's excellent Pokemon, so. It was 3-move Salamence! It was 3-move Salamence. Jed said in the chat during his match that he only had 3 moves on it. It was Fire Fang, Earthquake, Dragon Dance. He forgot a 4th move. 3-move Salamence with 3 kills. A kill for each move. So that's it. That's week 1. It was a lot of fun. I'm really, really happy that the MDDL is back. Honestly, this is my favorite time of the year. Week 2 should be a lot of fun. And you know, thanks y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. That's gonna do it for today. I will not be I will be live tomorrow. I posted my stream schedule in the Discord, so if you want to see what I'm streaming this week, check it out there. Friday I'm gonna be doing a 24-hour stream. So, you know, if you want to come hang out for that, please do. And yeah, just keep an eye out for some matches. I'm going to try and stream the matches live when I can this week, but the matches are scattered and scheduled out a little bit more than they were. Like last week, like more than half of the league, four of the 6 matches for the league all happened on the same day. So it was super easy to stream them all. I don't know, especially with a 24-hour stream on Friday, that I'm going to be able to do that this week, but I will stream the ones that I can. Wait, Among Us is tonight? I can't do oh no! I didn't know Among Us was tonight! I don't know if I can do that. I have plans tonight. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I need to take care of that. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, y'all. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I will catch y'all on the next one. Hold on. Yeah, that's just, thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'm gonna end it here. But thanks for hanging out. Catch y'all on the next one. Bye. Bye. Later. Doodles.